All right, well, it's Biden's big agenda. Tax more, spend more, regulate more, leaving small businesses across the country feeling the squeeze. The president touting more than 17 million new business filings under his administration.
But small business optimism has decreased to the lowest level in more than a decade, with a majority pointing their fingers at increased labor costs as their biggest source of inflation.
Here to react is our small business panel. Steph's Creativity Corner owner, Stephanie Coco, and Just Baked bakery and deli owner, Katlyn Swaffer. Stephanie, I'm going to go ahead and start with you. Tell me what your biggest issue is right now as you're trying to do business. What's the biggest hurdle for your business to jump over? And policy-wise, how do you think that could be fixed?
The rise in costs of goods is out of this world at the moment. I can't afford to raise my prices any more than I already have. I have a really good relationship with my customers, and I feel that if I continue to raise my prices, they're gonna be looking elsewhere and going for the easy fix like Amazon, Walmart, or Target. So I need some type of relief in that area so I don't have to continue to raise my prices as a small business and the only toy store on Staten Island.
Right. Katlyn, you've got a bakery. Sounds tasty to me. You've got to deal with the input costs of all your food. How are you dealing with that? Is it getting better? The president's advisors say it is. Do you feel like it's getting better?
No, unfortunately, our cost of goods has increased 20 to 40% depending on which items you're purchasing. And the customers aren't really following that trend. They're not willing to pay 20 to 40% more now than they were 4 years ago.
Stephanie, back to you. So it sounds like it's wholesale prices that are your biggest issue. And I know many people across the country are struggling with that. On top of it, then the current president's talking about letting these Trump tax cuts expire. It's going to hit average Americans and small businesses as well. Without getting too political or talking about either candidate, I mean, that just is going to be more of an expense for your business. Can your business handle it?
I'm going to try my hardest. This is my 9th year in business. So what I have to do as an artist, I have to flex my creative muscle more than ever to try to make up for those costs. So add more personalization, offer free gift wrapping to pull in my customers to make it more enticing for them to come to me rather than the big box stores that are getting a much bigger break.
Katlyn, you know, you get these surveys of small businesses, and it seems like more and more small businesses are getting pessimistic again about the economy. Is that how you're feeling about the economy right now?
Yeah, I don't really feel like this economy that we're in is very favorable towards small businesses. And it's not favorable to support local either, because a lot of the box stores sell it for a lot cheaper. You know, the large grocery stores, they can sell a cake for a lot cheaper than I can sell a cake.
How much, Katlyn, do you think is what we're seeing in the economy, post-pandemic, post-COVID problems that took longer to sort out, I guess, than previously thought? And also part of the technology boom, right? A lot of the competition being online. You guys are both mentioning your competitors and how it's difficult to compete with larger businesses. Do you think that this is sort of just the way things are going, that it will increasingly get harder?
Yeah, I think it is harder to compete with that. Since COVID, you know, a lot of people do a lot of online shopping. I mean, you can order a cake online through a lot of these different places, or a dozen cookies. And it's hard for small businesses because people want it instantly. And, you know, as a small business, it's just my mom and I with my dad helping out occasionally. And we also have a deli, so I can't pop out a cake in, you know, 5 hours or whatever people are wanting.
Yeah.
Stephanie, I think you said earlier you've been in business for 9 years. So is that right? You've been slogging it out for 9 years. Is this right now the toughest slog you've had with your business since you started?
I'd like to believe so, because for me personally, the pandemic actually helped because people were looking for things for their kids to do. They were home, bored, they weren't in school. I was providing educational resources for them. So that was actually a big boom for me. I was one of the lucky ones that made it through and made it stronger. But the panic spending, like I like to call it, has slowed down tremendously. parents were overcompensating constantly for their kids because they felt bad they were missing out on experiences and stuff in person. So, that year was really good for me. And it's hard to see those numbers go down year after year.
Wow. It's fascinating stuff. I mean, you guys are on the front lines trying to make it happen. You got taxes, you got regulation, you got the cost of labor, all these things. And it does seem like the big businesses get the attention and the little guys kind of get left by the wayside. But we wanted to hear your story. Thank you for being with us.
Can I just say this? Small business is the backbone of the, American dream as we know it. Don't give up.
Stephanie, Coco, Katlyn
you.
Swaffer, thanks for being with us. Good to see you.